All right, it's been a while since I made a video. I'm going to try to keep this video around 5 minutes, but I know I'm pretty bad at that. There's going to be two parts. The first one's probably going to be the part that you're most interested in, and the second part's going to be just some extra stuff, so you can stick around if you want. It's up to you. But first off, yeah, the game still exists. It's been a while since I've looked at it, to be fully honest with you. It looks really amazing, but I plan to put this onto GitHub. So anyone who's interested in helping me work on this would be great. I've learned a lot in the last few years. And the only thing I kind of lack is just networking. I have really no idea how to really do it properly. I know the whole philosophy behind it, no idea how to get it working. And that's pretty much it. I do plan to actually give this game out, distribute it. Sorry it's been so long. And now on to some extra stuff. So first off, hopefully you guys are going to stick around for at least this part. But first off, I'm bad at talking and also multitasking here. But anyways, oh, looks like I got some dice there. All right, great. Anyway, this channel itself is meant to host a variety of videos. And sometimes I post different things that don't have anything to do with Dungeon Dice Monsters. And in the past, that's actually caused people to get really upset, which is kind of not my whole goal here when I created this video, or this channel, excuse me. The whole purpose of it was for me to just post things about development, things I'm working on, things I'm interested in. And it kind of sucks because it feels like this channel is stuck basically just having to be about Dungeon Dice Monsters. So I haven't posted anything in a couple of years. And over the years, I've done quite a bit that I've always wanted to host, but I always had a kind of a fear that if I post it, people will just kind of just downvote it just because it has nothing to do with Dungeon Dice Monsters, which is a shame. So I've been avoiding it. So I've considered a couple things. For one, I can make a separate channel that has Dungeon Dice Monsters, and then everything else can go on here, and then you can unsubscribe from here if you don't like it, and subscribe to the other channel. But it's kind of a lot of trouble, be honest, to do that. I don't feel that I really need to do that. I feel that I can just basically post everything on here. So that's why I'm just letting you guys know. If you're not interested in other things other than Dungeon Dice Monsters, then I highly recommend you unsubscribe, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not here. I've honestly gotten some pretty jacked up responses on other videos where people said that I just basically post this stuff as clickbait, which makes no sense because I barely really even get that many viewers, and I'm not creating this to become famous. Imagine becoming famous building something that pre-existed. It's never been my goal. So, I did this just because I wanted to. And because, people were asking for it, and it kind of encouraged me, hey, there's actually people who want this. That's great. But I did stop doing active development for a while because I was doing other things. I've been writing a lot, and if you're interested in that, I'd love to post some stuff on there. I always wanted to get into animation, and that's always something that I would like to post on the channel, and that may happen. So that's why this is kind of just a video to let you guys know, hey, if you're not into that stuff, that's fine, because this isn't a Dungeon Dice Monsters only channel. It's a me channel, I guess you could say. It's, whatever I want to post, and I think that's fair. And I think it's not fair when people are posting kind of ungrateful things when I post anything. If I say, hey, I'm proud about this, or I'm playing this game and I want to stream it, and I get people saying, oh, he just did the Dungeon Dice Monsters to get attraction, and now, he doesn't care. That's not true. So there's going to be a variety of different things on this channel, and, and I'm not doing it to become famous or anything like that. I'm only doing it just because it's fun. That's why I think a lot of people post to YouTube. And I think, a good amount of people, especially the ones who aren't super vocal, they do it just for fun or to share ideas. This is my only channel of social media. I don't have another kind of social media except for Twitter, which I almost never use. I don't think anyone does. Actually, it's called X now, isn't it? Yep, I hit the 5-minute mark, so I better wrap this up quick. Hopefully I had all my thoughts out there. But yeah, so if you're interested in things I'm into, then stick around. The next video will not be a Dungeon Dice Monsters video. It's going to be a video on a game I made back in 2015, and I ported it over to SDL, and I want to distribute it on multiple platforms. And hopefully if you guys had an interest in that, then that'd be great. And you can check it out. If not, again, if you're not interested, you can happily unsubscribe. There's no shame in that. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. It's not a big deal. But yeah, so new video coming. Many more videos coming soon. I do plan to continue working on Dungeon Dice Monsters, and I plan to actually port the code on here with the code I originally used for Dungeon Dice Monsters also over to SDL, so that way it can go on multiple platforms. The old languages that I've used for Dungeon Dice Monsters has always been very Windows based, which means you can only run it on a Windows computer. There's no way, well, I believe there are ways you can port it I've seen online, but I don't really want to go through all that kind of trouble, because who knows if it even works properly, and how do you fix that? You know, I've always used Windows-oriented, I don't know if that made any sense, but let's just say Windows-oriented libraries that only really work on Windows. Anyway, that's it. I'll wrap it up here. Definitely going to be continuing working on Dungeon Dice Monsters. Never did give up. I did some iterations over the years, but not as much. It's really blank right now. If you remember, there was an older build that had way more to it, and this one is lacking, so I'll catch it back up. But first, got to port over the code a little bit. It shouldn't take too long, and then it'll go on to GitHub. And if you're interested, let me know. All right, that's it. Take care.